this winter is going to be very different because you're basically splitting the U.S. in half in terms of weather, because the north is basically just going to be snow, ice, and cold. The south is possibly even droughts. But I'm talking about Indiana specifically because in Indiana you can basically see up to we are going to see from 3 to 4 feet of snow, which is a lot of snow since our past years have not been as much snow. And talking about a lot of snow, Washington is going to get at least 630 inches of snow. That's normal for Washington, because it's very cold up there. But the reason why I said you're going to split the U.S. in half is because basically the southern jet stream, the Pacific jet stream, is staying south, and it's just going to stay there all winter instead of first staying south and then moving up north, because that's why on Christmas we haven't had many snowy Christmases. So the Pacific jet stream, La Nina, is going to stay all down here, all of the southern states, including Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Texas, all of those states, including others, including Southern California, aren't going to see as much snow. And La Nina, the polar jet stream, is staying very far north, the exact opposite from last year. As for last year, it went more south into Florida and all of the Gulf states, because Florida got snow on their beaches last year. But La Nina is staying up here, and it's probably going to do that the entire winter. And because of that, Indiana could possibly see ice storms and heavy snow, and in the south, there's the exact opposite of ice and snow. Possible droughts can happen in the south, and this Thanksgiving, which is this week, you could possibly see Arctic blasts of Arctic air coming from Canada and the northern countries, coming all down into all of the northern states, and there might be a couple of inches of snow in Indiana and those states around it in the Ohio Valley. So, but up in the Great Lakes, there is something interesting happening. Whenever snow goes to the Great Lakes are always warm. They're very warm waters. And so when the snow comes down, or the very cold air comes down, it basically reflects off of the lake. It's called the lake effect, to make everything else a lot more cold. So up there in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and Wisconsin and Illinois and the Southern Peninsula of Michigan, and possibly very northern Indiana and Ohio, all the Great Lakes states could be seeing some possible very cold air, and everywhere in that area could see a lot more snow and a lot more cold over the winter. So it looks like we're gonna get a nice snowy Christmas this year. But there are, like I said, there are possible ice storms that can happen. It's basically almost like hail, but not as bad. Well, it can be in some cases, but so all of that area we're at least gonna get at least 3 feet, possibly 4 feet. Very cold temperatures, below freezing, and I'm talking about central Indiana, like Danville, Plainfield, Indianapolis, Anderson, Bloomington, Evansville, seeing at least a lot of snow. So all of those cities and places, and Gary and Fort Wayne and Muncie and South Bend are going to see a lot more snow this year because they are far much northern. They could possibly be seeing 5 feet of snow, which is a lot for Indiana. And so that's what we're going to be seeing this winter. A lot of snow, a lot of cold, possible ice storms. In the south, again, possible droughts because of how dry it's going to be with La Nina just camping over all of these states. And yeah, over this Thanksgiving week, maybe a couple inches of snow. Arctic blasts of air coming from Canada into the northern United States. So this winter and Thanksgiving week is going to be really crazy in terms of past years. So that's what's going to be happening this weekend and this winter. Thanks for watching.